Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Just having problems here coming live, so just checking, and I can't find my live stream. So, can't see the command, sorry for now. And I can't, here it is. This is, okay, I'm live now. Had problems coming live from YouTube on this channel and on my other channel. So, okay, it's finally done, and I've opened my live chat so I can see my live chat here. Okay, had the so I got scared that day. Although I really like Dr. Jerry Marzinsky, but I got a little scared a lot because of my condition and things going on. I was a Muslim, Shia Muslim, and so when he um, agreed with the Muslims, like he's come with the Muslims, they were showing him the Quran ayats, surahs, shaitan whispering and all this. And Mr. Jerry Marzinsky, he is he's a psychotherapist, retired licensed psychotherapist. I explore and write about the phenomena of non-physical beings that plague individuals and disrupt their lives. This is from his website, jerrymarzinsky.com. So you can read more about him. And I found him recently through Nelly, not the narcissist, on YouTube, and started to follow him. But one of his videos, or was it a live stream that I watched later, with the Muslims, they're showing him the Quran ayats and all, right? So I got scared because, I've been a Muslim. So I got scared because. And the sound is quite loud here. Sorry about the background. There's a lot of background sound. Let me see if I can do something about this sound background problem. So I have a mic that cancels the background sound. Just a minute. Sorry about this. Today having background sound. Just a minute. Sorry about this. Today having. Okay. So Miss Dr. Jerry, I call him, right? And I thought it was like I've spoken about this in my previous live stream. So again, like it was really scary, and um, want to talk about this again, right? He's even got a book here. How many books? Breaking the Spell of the Ivory Tower, an amazing journey into the psychotic mind. So what he says is the psychiatrists and psychotherapists or therapists, right, are like they don't know about this schizophrenia, the mental illness, the voices and all. If I'm able to say this properly, just bear with me, please, if you can. Um, so he says these are entities, right? And maybe he's a Christian, I don't know, but he does believe in the Psalms, and that these are Psalms work on these entities. They try to, they get these are like spirits, right? Or some black magic done on someone, or so this is not a brain problem as such, a disorder of the brain, right? Or chemical disorder, which gives this mental disorder, right? This is. So I agree with him that, but someone else had told me that one who was spiritual, but he said that, there are cases where it's due to some brain problem damage, or that it could be a mental disorder. Even some religious Muslim religious spiritual people believe that there could be a mental disorder, or the entities, voices from the entities, spirits, and all. Right. So, but Mr. Dr. Jerry Marzinsky says that I don't think he believes in any mental disorder or about schizophrenia, the voices that we hear. That I've also been diagnosed as a paranoia schizophrenic, right? Paranoid schizophrenic. So so these voices that we hear are not due to the brain imbalance of the imbalance in the brain, but the entities, spirits harassing us. So I agree with that. In some cases, it's like this. Some cases, even the one I consulted in Karachi, a spiritualist told me that it could be. First, I thought that you had a mental illness, but when I came and when I looked at your thing before coming to your place and trying, there was a to help you, I realized that it wasn't a mental disorder. I found out, he found out that it was due to something, he like black magic or evil spirits. And so he told me that some Muslim lady, female, who died, her spirit was attached to me, right? So it wasn't a mental illness. Uh, so this, about me, but there is mental illness. But these voices, anyways, he said yours is not a mental illness. Yours is that it's something was attached to you, and then all this. Okay, for now, it's only this is important, right? So he tried to get the attachment, the spirit, that lady's spirit that was attached to me, female, tried to remove him, and I had lots of pain, and during sleep especially. And when he came, I said, I felt a lot of pain before you came. He said, yes, I was trying to remove it. But then it went on and on. It started that day when they came, in Karachi. There was Yusuf Zaidi, a Shia, brought this friend's brother, eldest brother of his, who knew somehow to remove the entity, spirit entities, and all that are attached to us, and exercise, I think. Exercise. Anyhow, so okay, so I agreed to Dr. Jerry Marzinsky and all this, but you know what? I was very scared, and it got me into this abyss or labyrinth. It was really painful that day when I listened to watched this video. Jerry, I'm going to just search it out like this. So I want to speak about this again. I've done live stream on this. Okay, going to his channel, and I'll show you. Yeah, this one with drawing whispers from the channel, right? So, okay, on one hand, I agree with him about the voices being entities and all, but maybe not all cases. And, but he somehow says in schizophrenia, all cases, because these entities, it's not a hormonal imbalance or dopamine or whatever imbalance, right? So, okay, maybe in all cases, then that's really great. But this particular video, 1 year ago, of his really got me. The Muslims, he's getting help from the Muslims, and they're showing him the Quran ayats, and only for those things where the shaitan whispers Surah Nas and waswaso, giving delusions and all this, right? Or whatever waswaso is, like delusions or illusions. So okay, I got that right from these the Muslims, the gentlemen here with him, three of them. But what really scared me, the Muslims, the gentlemen agreed, and I haven't watched 3 hours, 9 minutes, 16 seconds video, right? But what I watched was enough because it scared me that if they can convince Dr. Jerry Marzinsky on this, and then, but yeah, the voice is all jinns. Even our religion says this, right, as Muslims. But the thing was, what scared me was that um, the reason why the jinns attack, one reason is that if you're not a good Muslim, right, and if you've done something bad, that really scared me when they were telling him this, right? So, Dr. Jerry Marzinsky should be careful, like, shouldn't go deeply with them into this. I don't know how far he's gone into this, but then, since he's not a Muslim, right? So then this ayat would even apply to him, where God says in Surah Zukhruf, he who is negligent to remember the merciful one, right? Okay, God didn't say a Muslim, but like the merciful Rahman, or Rahim is it? Ar Rahman, yeah, Rahman, right? But this is not according to it's not for the Christians or for the Jews. So you have to be a Muslim believer. If you're not, some Muslims would say that this would be, God appoints for him a devil, and he is to him a companion, right? So I wanted to address this issue, if I can, without being prepared for it much, but um, this is it is dangerous, right? For to agree with the Muslims on, like yes, Surah Nas ayat, but then God says he appoints a devil. Now, this devil could be appointed, this the Ar-Rahman from Islam, could be appointed to the Jews, to the Christians, and they could feel that, they're guided. And indeed, they avert them from the way while they think that they are guided, right? So now the Jews and the Christians, after Islam came, if they remain Jews and Christians, even, and they did follow their religion to the letter, principalized, very to the letter, religious, sincerely following their religion faithfully, even then it wouldn't matter because they would think they're guided, but Allah says here they're not guided, right? So, remembrance of the most gracious here, Allah says, right? So it could apply to the Jews and the Christians, right? This, and they feel they're so a devil, evil one appointed. Allah appoints for him. So I kind of got really scared, about this, and because people would tell me also, my Shia Muslims, things, they could have, oh, may have done some sin, or she didn't follow her religion properly, and so this happened, and all this, although, and of course they don't, they the jinns and the spirits, they don't allow you. It was very strong. I wanted to do wudu, they wouldn't allow me to do wudu. Every time, the pressure on me, the anger, they would even like some taweez wouldn't work, some like amulet of of a Quran ayat, but some worked, and I pushed myself to say all these ayats given to me by my religious scholars, Rouhani people, and the one Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi brought to my place. He didn't tell me to recite anything, but he said he tried to remove a evil spirit. Oh, sorry, a spirit of a Muslim lady, dead Muslim lady, passed away, and that's all. And he gave me something. He gave me water to drink, and also some herbal or some to have herbal. We have homeopathic. We can have that, and herbal medicine. We can have. So we have these people in Karachi also, herbalists with spiritual powers and all this. Another one came, and my brother, he knew him, youngest, and he said, I have been my father's side from our. He said, I would you give me his name, because we're my father's head of or something like this, the Abdul Qadir, Saint Abdul Qadir Jilani, which you Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi had brought. And he said, what's his name? And I said, Sikandar Shah. I said, no, I don't know any Sikandar Shah. I would have known him, right? Because Sikandar Shah was from the Abdul Qadir Jilani side. So my brothers, later on, my brother's friend, someone a brother knew, who came to our house, and my brother's sitting there, and we were talking. They said, oh, if there was a jinn, I would have known about it. But there's no jinn, no spirit here. Nothing. So he didn't give me anything, but there were others telling me that there was, and so he didn't know this guy, gentleman, Sikandar Shah, and all that was going on. So I didn't know. He was like saying that this must be a mental illness then, if it's no jinn attached to you, no entity or anything. And a Muslim from Abdul Qadir Jilani, a believer in Saint. There are these sects, different sects, like in Islam. So one of them believes in Abdul Qadir Jilani, and I don't know uh, who they are, like what to call them, but I call them Maimans. Although Maiman is a community, not a religious thing. So, you know, God knows. So different people saying different things to me. One saying he doesn't know him. He would have known all the names of Abdul Qadir Jilani's followers, especially in Karachi and Pakistan. So this was going on. But what is dangerous about what Dr. Jerry, has with these Muslims is that then, it's the works like, and he, someone should, so, okay, the Muslims agreeing with them, yes, Mr. Jerry, and yes, Jerry, and all this, right? But imagine, right, okay, he's got this right that, that these are entities or jinns or spirits, right? He's got that right. And the psychiatric is wrong, of course, he's got that right. So, and there's an angel who's protecting him. That's really good. He's got like someone told him, his patient told him or something, right? She can see an angel behind him, white. So but it doesn't go with Islam, right? So what is this then? Very confusing for me. And then the Muslims are agreeing to him, but according to Islam, right? He's not going anywhere but to hell, and that he's misguided. Anyways, so okay, on one thing, the Muslims, but not only on this, like they were telling him, like how the when the entities, when you open yourself up to entities, like for example, okay, Surah Nas, but let me go to Dua Kumail and show you, right? We have to ask on Thursday nights. It's good to for the Shias. This is a Shia 12-word dua prayer, right? And on Thursday nights or whenever, but it's better Thursday nights is preferable. It's by Imam Ali advised to Kumail ibn Ziyad Nakhai to recite this dua on the eve of every Friday, that's Thursday night, or once a month, or at least once in every year, so that, added Imam Ali, Allah may protect thee from the evils of the enemies and the plots contrived by impostors. O Kumail, in consideration of thy companionship and understanding, I grant thee this honor of entrusting this dua to thee. And it's come to the Shia Muslims. So there's this thing, right? Oh Allah, I ask you, embraces all things. Please, like the sins I have committed, the sins I have not really been conscious of or aware of, and which tear apart safeguards, right? In this Dua Kumail, oh Allah, forgive me those sins which tear apart safeguards. Here it is. You see? Meaning it tears apart what the spiritual people now and healers call the aura of a person, AURA, right? Also that, like healers tell us. So we're healing your aura, we're healing your, some patches or something. So, oh Allah, forgive me. And I used to recite this dua along with many other duas like Dua Yastashir, Dua Sabasab is also for black magic cure. It is related to the last Imam of ours, Imam Mahdi, Dua Sabasab. And there's a morning dua at Fajr time, after the Fajr prayers. We can recite that Dua Sabah. So here we have, oh Allah, forgive me those sins which tear apart safeguards, right? So why wouldn't Allah forgive me the sins which tear apart safeguards? Oh Allah, forgive me those sins and also protect me from the sins, right? But I guess that we have to do ourselves. And then when we sin, we have to say, oh Allah, please forgive us the sins which tear apart safeguards. So maybe our aura gets, someone was telling me a long time ago that your aura is not that strong, right? Some people have a very strong aura, like Jiddu Krishnamurti had a very strong aura, I think. That's why they chose him. Which school chose him, right? Lead Peter chose him, seeing his aura, how strong his aura was. Jiddu Krishnamurti said. But mine since childhood, I think, was very. A lady had told my mother that you should do this for her. So, I was getting sick, having colds and chest uh, bronchitis, maybe my chest. I was getting sick. So the lady said, she gets nazar a lot, evil eye on her since childhood. Um, so this lady told my mother to do something like boil some in water, and of course recite Surah Yasin, but also like boil the water with black pepper in it for her, for your daughter. She used to come to my grandmother, my father's mother, when my father's mother was living in Karachi. So this, oh Allah, forgive me those sins which alter blessings, which change the blessings, meaning it brings curses on me. Right? Oh Allah, forgive me those sins which hold back supplications even, that Allah then doesn't listen to your supplications. Oh Allah, forgive me those sins which cut down the hopes even. So no hopelessness feeling, despair or hopelessness. Oh Allah, forgive me those sins which draw down tribulation, which bring tribulations, calamities. O Allah, forgive me every sin I have committed and every mistake I have made. O Allah, verily I seek nearness to you through remembrance of you, and I seek intercession from you with yourself. And so all this, right? So I love this dua also. Um, but there are some desires, there are some habits that very difficult to break. So one friend of mine told me just do one good deed a day. Struggle is struggling. I felt I was. By that time, then I started to, I had Jiddu Krishnamurti. So, however, when you do take help from Muslims, please make sure that, you only uh, stick to the thing that the evil spirits, even Islam believes in. But you see, there's a lot more in Islam, and it's very dangerous because you'll be putting the person again in that neurotic state. Although Dale Carnegie's book I've read long time ago in 1985, I think, and 1985, yeah, when I had left my school and they wouldn't take me back, and I couldn't adjust to a local Karachi school. I read Dale Carnegie's book, and I think in that book it says, what does it say now? I've forgotten. That oh God, it's just flown out of my over my cuckoo's nest now. I forgot. Sorry. In that book was what was it? Just forgot. Sorry, it's so can't remember. It's gone. Okay, so back to my religion, right? You see, it's very dangerous because then the Muslims have their reasons, right? They have the reasons why. One may be that in childhood, this evil eye and the child was subjected, but they didn't say this, right? Or maybe they did, I can't remember. But another live stream with the hat people um, said that, if a child is, or Dr. Jerry Marzinsky said, sorry, I apologize if I don't remember properly, if in this video, JM Power Awareness, Episode 2, Jerry Marzinsky, 518-251. Jerry Marzinsky told them here that if the children are subjected, or even here, okay, so if a child is sexually molested, or then the child, not the oppressor, maybe the oppressor even of the child, or the sexual or the assaulter of the child is possessed by a demon and does all these things. Maybe with the Muslims also. He discussed this, and she's the one after our Nelly, not the narcissist, introduced. I got introduced through her video to Dr. Jerry, right, Marzinsky, and so with the Muslims, where is it again? Uh, So it's the whisperings of the jinn. It's not even whispering. It's here it is, withdrawing whispers from the jinn. These whispers are so loud. They're like with power and force, right? Okay. Now let's see if I can complete what I. So yeah, maybe these Muslims said that even a child subjected in childhood and then growing up, I had no problems. I didn't have voices coming and all this, right? Um, So I don't know. This could be dangerous, Mr. Dr. Jerry Marzinsky could be sending everyone to their religion, really. But if you go to Islam, right? Um, Going to Islam, I don't think Christianity is acceptable in Islam or Judaism. And if anyone withdraws himself from the remembrance of the most gracious, this Allah, the Islamic Allah, I think, I mean, people can interpret it in various ways. So what do the Sunnis say about like Christians? Will they go to are they protected from the evil one or not? Now, I don't know what it is. It's not like the Muslim Islamic State at the time of Prophet Muhammad, but if they give jizya, right, tax, then they're safe under the in the Islamic country. They're protected people, and it's very good. But any of their prayers, are they going to be accepted by this Allah? Right? They're not. I don't think so. They would be accepted. But Mother Teresa has done great work, humanitarian. Would you say she would? Would the Muslims say that? Can they say Mother Teresa will go to heaven for her good deeds, for the great deeds she's done for humanity, great service? Some Muslims will say no, right? So the evil one has got all of us, even Mr. Jerry, even though he may be 100% right in what he's saying about what he's saying, right? On narcissists, voices, entities. But please make sure that all this, but using Islam, I mean, you see, he himself will not go to heaven. Sorry to put it according to Islam, right? So what? So this way, it's isn't it wrong, right, to go to Muslims and ask them and then let them say things like, if you don't do this, if, and also they should say, if you're not a Muslim, if you don't remember Ar-Rahman as Allah, Allah as Ar-Rahman, then a devil, see, maybe in the, I didn't see the whole thing. I got scared and I had enough. So rightly guided. So, and some of the things Christians might say, oh, your humanitarian work, Mother Teresa did a great work, or some other priest, Christian priest, the Christians are doing great work. And even Dr. Jerry Marzinsky is doing a great work on this, right? Saving the narcissists from these psychiatrists and all this, psychotherapists, and from psychotic drugs also. But then, is he in this thing? He could be 100% right, and I agree with him. But taking Islam and taking these three Muslims, you know what I mean? It's wrong. It's just misguidance, great misguidance. Because then Mr. Jerry himself, Dr. Jerry Mazinski, is not going according to Islam. These eyes will not be may not be going to heaven being a Christian, because a Christian is a polytheist. They believe that God is Jesus, or Jesus is the Son of God, and that's shirk. That's an unforgivable thing. And Allah says, if anyone does not withdraws himself from the remembrance of the most gracious, we appoint for him an evil one. So as I got scared, not that he wanted to scare me, but it's you think it's not right, right? So there are things like, he should be explained properly and honestly by a Muslim, or like if we can, that we can explain to him, we can explain to Dr. Jerry, Marzinsky, that even you, sir, was sorry, doctor, you will not, according to Islam, the way you've taken help from these Muslims, according to Islam, you may feel you are right, 100% right in something, and that you are rightly guided and you are protected even, okay? But you're going to hell. You're not, you know, think, and indeed the devils avert them from the way while they think they are rightly guided, or guided properly, meaning, okay? Guided. This is how Allah puts it. Until when He comes to us. So Allah is now saying in Surah Zukhruf 538, until when He comes to us. He says, how I wish there was between me and you the distance between the east and west. What a wretched companion. So sorry, I apologize greatly, but I have to put it this way that Dr. Jerry, please don't do this, right? Refrain from asking Muslims, and that you can, of course, in one way, like, yes, Islam has these jinns and all, and whisperings, but there's more. They were telling him the reason why also this could happen to a person. So I want to say more, I want to add something to this, if I may, because there are, like, we have ex-Muslims, Abdullah Samir, Mr. and Mrs. Friendly Ex-Muslim. You know, they've done some things on videos, others videos, critical appreciation or Muslim, or a convert or like that, right? So I feel that I also have the right to do this, because since I care for the human welfare, and also it would misguidance to bring the anyone to Islam. You know, people will then get scared and come due to fear of being, you know. But I want to tell you my own experience. I've told you in my previous live streams how many prayers and all this. And Dr. Jerry Marzinsky was saying, but he's not right about this. No, I didn't throw away all the prayers, or written prayers. I was praying a lot, like saying, so I could, you know, get up then and be able to do the wudu. You see, we start, if we can't get up, like, you know, my grand aunt told me years back, she used to say that if you recite La ilaha illallah 100 times, shaitan runs away. When I was a child, when I was not eligible for even prayers, I was told this, right? 5 times prayers, I was not eligible. At that time, the child, what is wrong with the child? I wasn't a narcissist, born psychotic, psychopath. I didn't want to hurt people. So, you know, like, of course, there are children who are born or something happens to them, and then they become psychopaths and serial killers. And but the thing, I wasn't like that. So, you know, 100 times la ilaha illallah, shaitan, this devil, he runs miles away, 100 miles away from you. And later on, Sayyid Ali, Sayyid Mehdi's son, Sayyid Ali bin Mehdi al Hakim, told me the same thing. And I was like, my grand aunt had told me when I was not even, you know, this thing, come of age to say my prayers. And Islam, she used to say this, you know, 100 tasbih, rosary, 100 times. You say La ilaha illallah, shaitan runs 100 miles away from you. And Dr. Jerry is wrong that, you know, I started to pray a lot and I could pray. So he's wrong in saying that these people, you know, of course, the voices don't want us to pray and do this, but we have to take. Okay, some of our Muslims, oh, she doesn't pray 5 times. She doesn't do wudu, and she just. So my religious scholar told me at that time when I wasn't well, such in a bad state, and even now I am, right? It's been ongoing. Um, he said, even if you're, I said, look, I do this, right? Smoke this. He said, whatever you do, you don't have to do wudu. You don't have to put your head scarf on. Just keep repeating this dua from the from. So I can't remember the from the Quran which dua it was, but from the heavens and the earth, whatever's in the heavens and the earth and in between, whatever. Let me see if I can find it. Right. So you can just recite this dua from the Quran, even if you're, you haven't done wudu or it was very difficult, whatever. So he said, no, you just recite it. And I used to recite it. And whether in Arabic or in English translation he gave me, he said, doesn't matter, you just recite it. This is how bad my condition was, that an alim, Maulana Sahib, a religious scholar, Shia, told me to do this. So sometimes this and sometimes Sunni, no, he said my father. So his dua, whatever he gave me, I just threw it away and, used to tear. And then a Shia also. But there were times when I have said, Allah, Maulana Hafiz Tasadduk asked me my name. So on my name, he gave me, and I recited that, right? And blow it in water and drink that water, make it holy. We make it holy not only by reciting it near the water, but blowing it. So how many times I've forgotten now, Salamun Qawlum Rabbi Rahim from Surah Yasin on my name. He worked it out. How many times the four kul, along with that, like, with Salamun Qawlum Rabbi Rahim, Surah Yasin dua, ayat, oh my God. But I know that Salam and Qalam and Rabbi Rahim like 100 and something times, 100 and plus times. I recited, I got tired. It wasn't budging, little bit and then again. Same thing. Voices weren't going, the energy that was hurting me and still is hurting me wasn't going. And I wish someone, sometimes like, is there someone who can, but I couldn't trouble my mother. My sister had now left. She had left Karachi, Pakistan. Someone should be there to recite it on me, pray on me, or blow it in the water. I didn't trouble my father also on this. He gave me a dua for, you know which one? It's Imam Mahdi, calling Imam Mahdi, Adrikni, Adrikni. Whatever. He recorded it in Arabic and said, listen to it. And I used to listen to it. Okay, there's some times when I would throw the duas and all this, but sometimes no. I kept reciting and I got tired, Nadia Ali, because the pain in my when I would sleep, it was excruciating pain, unbearable, and I had to recite. If Nadia Ali is not working, stop it. And in my dream, in my sleep, I'm reciting. It's so painful. So half, like I can't get up, and they've got me in this state in my sleep, and I'm reciting Ayatul Kursi. I even learned it in Arabic. Now I've forgotten it. In Arabic. And Forkul I know in Arabic, right? I knew in Arabic. So, but my accent is not very Arabic because I didn't, my father is, but, he's still, it's a long story. Anyways, it's Kulub. So we say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, even Surah Fatiha. Yeah, Allama Maulana Tasadduq Hussain gave me a lot of du'as to recite at one time. To recite this, Salamun Qalam Rabbi Rahim, 120 some, oh God knows 60, God knows 80, I don't know. And then with it, like not only that, I have to recite uh, the duas like four calls, Surah Fatiha, how many times? Not one time, like many times. And Surah, but not as many as Salam and Qalam Ibrahim from Surah Yasin. And what else did I have to? Ayatul Kursi I had to recite as much as four calls and Surah Fatiha. Allama Maulana Hussain Mariam knows his name properly. I've forgotten even the name of the Maulana. I called he's in Punjab. He was in Punjab at that time, Lahore, over the phone, and he said, "Ah, ye cheezein ho rahi, ye Hawaii cheese hai." Hawaii cheese, I think in Arabic means desirous, desires or something, or Hawaii. Hawa, when I saw the Hawa desires of a person getting too much, or maybe, I don't know. He said, he told me, under your skin, this has happened. This happens to people here also. Many cases I've had in Punjab, Lahore. So my father said, God knows what's in Lahore, right? And Punjabi people are, but joking, like, didn't mean it. So, but there are बहुत cases हैं पंजाब में, a lot of cases that surrai quite swirling under your skin. I said it's terrible. Yes, yes, and things like this, you know. So, yeah, he didn't say it was a mental illness. Allama Maulana Tasadduq Hussain. So this, I recited, got tired, and it was like a dal. A little bit, I felt it moved. It wasn't budging with Nadali, with Ayatul Kursi even, because I already used to, but there was a certain method he gave me, like did this times, and for your name, so this will suit you, like 100 and sometimes Salam and Qalam Ibrahim and all this. What else could I do? So it little bit, and then again, it didn't really work on me. A little bit, like I wanted to think about someone else. Not, my mind was like glued. My father said, "Take a walk." No way. Okay, and when the machine would come on, like let's say there was this electricity load shedding, a generator on. I'm in the garden and I'm hearing voices. The voices take momentum, go up. But like this, if I go out and it's silent, like if the fan is not on in my, it would drop, the voices would drop, and again with it, fan on, with the fan on, the voices would increase in momentum. I don't know why. So I felt like, what? And then when I read about distance mind control, whatever is in the earth, I think Allama Rizvi gave me this, my father's friend. Whatever is in the earth and in the sky, uh, it is Quran. Let's see. That's what ayat it was. There are many ayats like this. Whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth glorifies Allah. Yeah, something like this, Surah. It says, and to him belongs whatever is in the heavens and on the earth. Penetrates the earth. What penetrates the earth and what emerges from it? No, what comes from the sky and what it ascends to it. So safe we are. This is all from Allah. He is who created the heavens. No, 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 no. But it would like keep me safe from these attacks, and but it didn't say, do you inform Allah of your faith? what was it? It was like, wherever is in the heavens and wherever is constantly glorifies Allah, the kingdom is His and all praise is for Him. Yeah. So if we say the kingdom is His, they must, no, the evil spirits, the voices didn't budge, didn't stop with these du'as. Quran du'as, my Shia, Allah to whom belongs whatever's in there. For God's sakes, now I've had it, okay? I have, sorry, I'm very tired. Sorry, excuse me, give me a moment. Talking about this, it increases my stress, tension. So, do I have to? Anyways, I do because it's my case was very strong and it has been, and it's taking a lot of my, as if, what sin have I committed? I mean, there are people who, you know, there was a saint who, um, Vagu saint, crocodile saint. He was, I heard his story like crocodile saint. I thought he was a criminal. He turned around and back and, uh, what's this? I don't know. What's his name? There was one saint, and there was this lady who was a prostitute, but the saint changed her, made her come out of all this, didn't give her punishments or what, right? So, I mean, that's also in Islam. There are good things like these Sufi saints. You sit with them and they can. That's why I think Meto Diwani, maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. Khwaja ki Diwani. Excuse me. So you don't have to mete out punishments to them. There are Sufi saints who can change um, the person. Good company. What a great company with the truthful and the martyrs and the pious Quran ayat. You sit with them if nothing, if your prayers are not working. So I'm sorry, also an ex Muslim and doing this. Uh, anyways, my father also, as a Shia, doesn't believe in Seven Sharif Saint Shabazz Kalendar. He says only Allah and Ahl al Bayt, Prophet Muhammad and his progeny. So, but there have been in Islam a history of Sufi saints changing the person, the prostitute, into a good, come out of prostitution and all this. And what about the sex slaves? But Allah has allowed this, so this is okay, right? Sex slaves in Islam. And of course, you can chuck it out and say, oh, well, I don't believe in this. So they've got a different, some Muslims, fringe Muslims, have a different idea and belief about what your right hands possess. They say, ye to malik, oh, come on. Okay, so it's really something. What is the ruling on intimacy? What? No, no. Sex slaves, concubines, rape. Maybe recently I our mistresses allowed. So there was a person in Abu Dhabi here on um, Abu Dhabi, right? So Abu Dhabi Muslim didn't believe that Islam doesn't have concubines. He didn't believe in concubines or mistresses having mistresses. Where was that video? Whole video. I came across it few years back. Ex-Muslim just exposed the entire Islamic history to the world. 15 hours ago. Sahar huh? TV. God knows what this is. But this is a Islamic TV, Sahar TV channel. Why does the Quran? Can't find it right now. Does Islam allow concubines? So Islam doesn't allow concubines, right? I just didn't want to watch that video. Sorry. Can I stop my husband from marrying a second wife? Mufti Menk, Noble Essence. Lolo. We're not allowed to say this word here. They might, the police. Right now, I'm not that influenced by the devil. So, but there is time I will say worse than what she's put. I mean, this is nothing. Oh, Toba, don't remind me right now. But no. Oh, British Pakistanis, terrible, terrible. You're entitled. And what does Islam allow? Let's see. Let's put it this way: does Islam allow mistresses? Uh, so some Muslims, Europe will suffer from Islamic radicalism. I think he says Sheikh Abdullah, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Okay, and another thing I want to say is, I was thinking it's very late, but years ago, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa. Abu Dhabi announces family law reforms. Non-Muslims allowed to 3 years ago. Beyond Indian. This is an Indian channel. UAFM warns political. A foreign minister warns political correctness will lead to increase in European. Sorry, I'm just keeping my so I can read the whole thing. Otherwise, I can't. David Collier dash investigative journalist. I think we should have community work. Like I can talk about Islam, expose the lies and all this as I've been doing. UAE Ambassador Dr. Abdul Nasser Al Shahali on Dubai, lion pets and very good. So this was a very old, some years old video. I don't know how many, maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Can't remember. Memory is very weak. Sorry, and I can't find it. Right. So, but Islam has mistresses, has allowed mistresses. Some say this, some say that. Now what can I do? So Mr. Jerry, हमें इतना डराया और इतना confusing labyrinth में मैं चली गई थी. अगर मुझे so I'm just talking. I felt so scared, and what not labyrinth I went into. तो देखें इस्लाम जो है ना वो देखें एक तो अभी कुरान ऐसा है कि शिया मुझे बोलेंगे कि तुम सुन्नियों जैसे पढ़ती हो सुन्नी मुझे कहेंगे कि तुम तो मुसलमान ही नहीं हो छोड़ दो कि ये वो Sunnis will say you're not even a Muslim, you're kafir, and you have a separate Quran. Thank God for the screencasting, right? We have the same Quran. But you have so many narratives. Listen to from Hatun Tash, I learned, and through also other Mr. J, P. Fender, and another Saudi man, gentleman, who converted to Christianity, left Islam. How many Kirats, how many different. And from Abdullah Gondal and Abdullah, when Abdullah Samir and Abdullah Gondal were coming together. So Sunnis blaming Shias at one time so much, and that we have a different Quran. Okay, same Quran we have here. However, what's in Al Kafi? And so all this, but you see, let me show you something, right? This now, um, see, Surah, see, no, wait. So what, so some Muslims, no, Surah Mu'minun, Surah Mu'min, Surah Ghafir, no, Surah Mu'minun. Okay, those who protect. Okay, so you're saying how to tell these Muslims, some of the Muslims who say these are not concubines or sex slave girls, huh? How to show them? To turn away from ill speech, and they who are observant of zakah, and they who guard their private parts, except from their wives or those their right hands possess. Some Muslims don't even follow their own female slaves or captives under their ownership. One Muslim, I think I heard, or he came here. I think I heard you saying, no, no, these what your right hands possess, they're, I think he came here also. They are, you know what malakat means? As if he's the only Arab who knows the meaning of malakat. No other Muslim Arab knows the true meaning of malakat or malakat. What is it? Malakat. Malakat, right? Malakat aymanahum, what your right hands possess. Oh, these are like malakas, So they should possess the men, believing men, or how shall I put it? Okay, let's look at this, right? You're also allowed to marry married women in certain cases. Surah 4, ayat 25 or 24. What about this? Why does Islam allow to marry women who are other men's? Like, let's not even call it married, or maybe prohibited the ones who are, just for the sake of brevity, yeah, married of the women, prohibited, haram, right? It's haram, are the ones who are married of the women, right? Except there's an exception. For God's sakes, look at this, right? Illa whom, now that whom has come in Arabic, sorry. You possess malakat rightfully. So who is the possessor? At least see, malakat means you possess. It's like an object, ownership. You have ownership over. Not that the women have ownership over the men. Men have a higher rank over women. Surah 4, ayat 34. Now, no devil will come. They don't get schizophrenia here, right? Dr. Jerry Marzinsky, with due respect to you, if he's listening. You possess rightfully whom you possess rightfully. Maybe they are also wrong, and there were very few Muslims, but what have the rest of the Muslims been practicing? Okay, you may count yourself as one of the few right? Fringe ones who know the true meaning, but the rest, please correct them. But the rest of them have been marrying, no, they think malakat is what you believing men possess, right? And but you can marry these. Okay, so you're saying those fringe ones also are saying, Muslims, that, oh, these married women of others, other men's, they're married to another man. You can, they can possess you, or you can possess what? They are your malakat. They are your princesses. They are your angels whom you can have sex with. They're more married. Devils don't. So, Dr. Jerry, I mean, what is this, right? That because Allah has allowed this, so you just go by your religion, and the devil will not haunt you or come near you, right? Oh, I have heard someone going for pilgrimage, Imam Raza's. And what did she tell me? She, not that an angel came and touched her and said, it's all good. It's not cancer, or, I had a dream about her that I said, water, water. Someone saying it's like water, and they just put an injection, they injected and took it out, right? So I said, how could a jinn? She said, no, no, it was a jinn who touched this. And so she didn't have breast cancer, right? Or it was benign. I was like, how can a Imam Raza, as like, but she was in the she was with the ladies where they used to live in group. They went, so there's this place they live with the ladies, not in the haram, not in Imam Raza's, but afterwards when she's sitting where she was staying, visitors, guests of Imam Raza, ladies, uh, place to stay, right there in Iran, Mashhad. How could a jinn come and touch her? Surah Rahman, none have touched. So even repeating that, no jinn or men have touched, no jinn or men have touched. And so these malakat, if you fringe, how can they fringe? You're allowed to marry them, they're married. They're married to another man. And you're saying some Muslim came here and told me some time ago. But you see, so, oh, my religion has allowed this. Now, for some, it is not allowed to see in war, not even in war, right? What has Jesus Christ said? Christians, the adultery of the heart. If a man goes, adultery of the heart. Some Muslims say hijab is what? That you even cover your heel. We have to wear socks. If a man sees, a non-mahram man sees a woman's heel, a girl's heel, you've made him commit you've made him commit adultery. So yeah, adultery, yeah. So you better cover your heel. Some Muslims don't do hijab, don't cover their heels, pray 5 times a day, yes. They do all the fasting, they go for Hajj. They've gone for Hajj at least once a year, or at least once in many years, but once in a lifetime. At least once in a lifetime, right? So that's okay. Zakat is paid by, the father or the earning person. It's not, if I'm not earning, I'm dependent on my father. The expenditure he gives me. It's not. I don't have to give zakat. No way. Is zakat obligatory on me? This also. So adultery of the heart, Jesus Christ, Bible verse. He who takes a step towards a married woman or a married man has committed adultery. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her, yeah, oh, like this, not take a step, but whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Just a woman with lust, not even a married woman. Let me see Bible Gateway. Excuse me. So I said, oh my God, about my live stream. I thought, oh my God, I'm gone. They're not allowing me to come live stream. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom, it shall be filled. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you, falsely for my sake. Rejoice. You are the salt. Christ fulfills the law or the prophets. Destroy the law. Do not think that I have come. Okay, this murder begins in the heart also. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Without a cause. And whoever says to his brother Raka shall be in danger of the council, if I've pronounced this. Adultery in the heart, here it is, 27. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery, but I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Okay, so marriage is sacred and binding. Furthermore, it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery. Very difficult in Catholicism to take a divorce. Causes her to commit adultery, and whoever marries a woman who is divorced commits adultery. So keep your marriages and see what Islam has said here. Now, how does Islam confirm this? What so what this has what has come down confirms what is in your scriptures. In your scriptures. So please, okay. So there's some scriptures they lost, or Allah has not put it properly, right? So this Surah 4 ayat 47 also. Before we obliterate faces. Anyways, now the point is on this. Look, married women, you can marry except for what your right hands possess. So these, what your right hands possess, are married women. Are married women. Because there's an exception here to you. Arabic. Illa, except whom you possess rightfully. decree of Allah upon you and are lawful to you what is beyond that of. So this I have to go now because there's something in the background. I need to respect it. Thank you very much for your time.